Hey everybody, how is everybody? I hope everybody's doing good. I've got some people in the basement that I'm gonna bring up. We got my buddy Tom Grassi. Hey Tom,
Hello.
how you doing?
All right.
And we have Randall.
Hey, Tammy and Ray.
How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. I'm driving back from Dalhart, Texas right now.
Oh wow. Let me go up here, and of course you see Ray. Wait, hey Ray.
Pull off up here. Where I can kind of get my things.
Hey, Chris, how you doing?
Hey, Chris, I'm going to go up to the top and start over because the first one in was Dwight, and he got the cookie. Up. It's 8 o'clock. Let the clock go before I start talking. Okay, we had Dwight in first, and he got the cookie. We got Wigwag. Hi, Wigwag. We got Captain Knievel. Yankee Kyle. I don't know why I am echoing. I don't have anything else open. Okay. Am I echoing real bad?
Maybe it's Randall. Maybe you should mute Randall and see if the echo's still.
Okay, let me mute you, Randall, for a minute. How is that? Is that better?
Yeah, now you're not echoing. It's Randall. Whatever he's doing has an echo coming.
Okay. We got Zoe. I'm going to bring her up. Hey, Zoe.
Hello.
Oh, you're echoing too.
Me?
No, she's not.
Okay. I thought I still hear an echo. Hey,
Hello,
John.
Randall.
Hey, Zoe.
Let's see. Who else we got?
Okay.
Zoe's here. Digger, Floyd, Chris.
All right, let's try that.
Let's see. Who else? Okay, that's it for now. I got chat caught up. Hopefully. Oh, there's Jeff. And there's the Fostoria guys. And John. From River Valley up. Let's see.
Floyd Robbins.
Hi, Floyd.
Let's see. John Benicki. Who else did we say?
Hi, Doy.
Okay, somebody else is echoing.
So, Tammy.
Yes.
I don't know what Artie is smoking over there. He doesn't know the schedule. I'm always the last Wednesday in the month, except
okay, because
when there's
I had it on my calendar. That's when Artie told me that I was supposed to do for him, but we can do it together.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let's see who came in. Ron. Hey, Ron. How are you doing?
Ron Mullen. Yeah. How you doing, Ron?
Who else? Ooh, I don't know how to say that name. Juan Danielson Ron? That close? Probably not. Okay. We were going to do this cab crew, and it's good that me and Tom are going to do it together because we were both at the Amherst train show. So we wanted to go over our experiences at the train show this year, what we thought about the vendors, what we saw, and of course I have Ray here because he was all over the engines and could tell you everything about what he saw. But I'm going to first show you. Hey, Sparky. We had a 14-hour drive. It was me, Ray, and David Knight from Carolina Foothills. And it was the way up there was really good. We stayed overnight somewhere, kind of chopped up the day because we were supposed to be getting snow down here. So we wanted to leave early. And anybody who knows me knows I love the snow. And I've been begging to have snow. And I was like, I'm going up to New England. I'm going to have snow. I was so excited. Well, we left and it friggin' snowed at my house. And I was like, you have got to be kidding. Hey, James. So my husband the next morning sent me pictures from the house showing me the snow in my yard. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. But we saw snow while we were up there. So I'm happy.
Hi, Sparky and James.
And again, it was, this year we rented an Airbnb. And I wanted to do that solely so each of us would have our own bedrooms. And, we could come and go as we please. We had a full kitchen, so we didn't have to eat out a lot. So it was great. And everybody seemed to be happy with it. And Tom actually got to stay at the Airbnb with us for one night, which helped him out a lot. And we had a good time. I mean, him and Dave were up talking about all kinds of stuff. Me and Ray headed upstairs because I had to take care of my spinal stimulator and get charged up for the next day. But I'm going to show you the booklet that we received when we got there, which was the Amherst booklet. And in the booklet, it gave you the list of all the vendors and where they were going to be located in the building.
This book is cool.
So it helped, but it still was like you were trying to find everything. And if you've been to Amherst before, they have the pedestals up, and on pedestals underneath your tables that each group had are numbers. And we thought that numbers would go in a row. You would be going like 38, 39, 40. No, it didn't work that way. It went, you could have 31, 32, 33, 34, 42, and 38 was all the way on the other side against the wall. So for the first day, it was maneuvering, trying to look at the book while people were walking by you saying, okay, we want to go find Otter Valley Railroad, go over and see Trackside Mike. So we would look in our book and find it. And me and Ray are walking around looking at the pedestals for the numbers. And we finally found everybody. And it was good. And last year, mini print was like against a back wall. So when we had that, the YouTubers got to come together and meet. You kind of had two park benches that you could sit in and like a little area near a bay door that you could gather around. Well, this year, Bernard was like smack in the middle of the Better Living Center. Now, this is the Better Living Center. And he is smack in the middle of the Better Living Center. So it was definitely still challenging to find everybody. We had to revert to this book to find everybody. But you had the Better Living Center where majority Otter Valley Railroad was in there. Mini Prince was in there.
Nice shirt, Ray.
Scale Trains was in there. Virtual Real Fan was in there. And they had multiple cameras going in on that building. So you might have seen me and Ray walking around because they were scanning that building. You had the Stroth building and the Young building. And then the Mallory building was the building that had the majority of the club layouts. If you wanted to see club layouts, you went to the Mallory building. So we did venture into all of the buildings. Hey, anything, Bob?
Hi, Handy Finn.
The Better Living Center and the Mallory building we did on Saturday. And that was enough. If anybody tells you you can see everything in one day, no, you can't. You really have to pick and choose what you want to see. I agree when you hear a lot of people saying make a plan, go for what you want to look for. Hey, Anthony Dodge.
Hi, Anthony Dodge.
And by the way, Anthony Dodge, I don't know if you've seen in one of the videos, Ray called you out. He was looking at, it was a German steam engine, huh? He was so excited to go over there and run that German steam engine. And he's like, look, Anthony Dodge. So I don't know if you realized he was talking to you or not. But the day before the show, since we were up there earlier, we had heard that there was this train yard in Palmer, Massachusetts, which was 30 minutes from the house we were staying in. And it was a phenomenal place. A lot of rail fanners that were coming in Thursday and Friday were there. They had a really cool restaurant. The only thing is a lot of us, Chris was there, model train aficionado. Him and his wife were there, and we all planned on going a little bit early and going into this restaurant to eat lunch. Well, come to find out, they didn't even open till 4:00. So we rail fan. It was so cold, so cold.
Yeah, I feel you.
You know, it's been cold down here in South Carolina, but it's a different cold when you get up there. It literally hurts your face.
I am in New Jersey, so it's like mid.
Yeah, and I had forgotten. I grew up in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I had my Yankee skin has thinned out. And I was up there, and poor Ray had I had him like the abominable snowman. I was like the abominable snowman. I had soup with me. I was like, there was nothing to get us warm, except for going back in the car and warming up. So we had a great time doing the rail fanning. Go ahead. Yep. He saw the new heritage unit. And
What heritage unit did you see, Ray?
New
New England one, brand new.
Oh, okay.
But it worked out great. We headed back home Friday night. We ate dinner at the house, relaxed, trying to get ready for the start of Saturday. And we waited. We didn't go right when doors opened. We waited for like an hour afterwards because you're there till 5:00. And it's so much work. If I was to say anything, I really wish it had more areas of seating for people. It was kind of, you kind of had food and you're walking around with food, and there really wasn't any place to eat. They had a little dining area off of one of the places to get food, but it was cram-packed. There was chairs here and there, but mostly the chairs were for the people who had stands for layouts. Luckily, we knew a layout group that we had been working with for the past couple of years. So I was able to go up to them and say, hey, can I borrow a chair just to sit my butt down for like 15 minutes because my feet were killing me. Hey, Johnny. So it was very, very long days, very, very hard days on your feet and your back. But it's definitely, I still to this day say it's well worth it. If you can make the trip up there, it is a model train show to go to. You meet a lot of YouTube rail people. We talked to people, virtual rail fans, school models. They had Pato there. What was that other big one that had the Heritage Unit? Broadway Limited, Yankee Dabbler. Yep.
Hey, Yankee Dabblers in New Jersey.
Right. Well, they had a good setup there.
What in New Jersey?
So it definitely was a good show. There didn't seem to be as many people there this year as last year. I think I talked to Heath, and he said he thought maybe there was about 13,000 this year on Saturday, where last year we had broken a record up there. There was like 17,000. But I think the weather had a lot to do with people not coming this time. We woke up Saturday morning to -5.
That's crazy.
None of the snow had melted up there, at least in our yard. That the house we were in didn't. And the up in New England, they don't do a whole lot on the side roads, so it's mostly just packed down. So you have to be careful, but the main roads were fine. So I'm going to go over just a couple things and then let Tom talk because he was at the show too, and let you kind of give details of what you saw. The pros were it was an amazing show overall. A lot of to me, it seemed like there was a lot more O scale and N scale this year. What did he say? Hey, you did, man. Okay, that's a whole nother story. You and Jelly Beans. That's going to be a whole nother live stream.
Is Heath here?
Yeah, he's sitting here.
All right. Hi, Heath.
We got to see a lot of friends that we knew from the previous year we went. But it was really cold. I mean, it was really cold going building to building. And, it's a lot of walking. I was hoping to see more of the vendors selling stuff as like the bigger vendors, like Broadway Limited and Lionel and the
G scale.
No, not so much the G scale, but like the S scales. They didn't have anything there that you could just buy. It was more a display, and then you could order it. Hey, Hogleg, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're feeling good.
Yeah.
I saw people walking out with a lot of Lionel boxes.
Yeah, those were from just like tables, not from the Lionel display. I'm talking, if you went to a vendor that was there, like Broadway Limited and stuff, I was hoping they'd have more than, that you could, but you went to other places and you could buy trains.
Well, soundtracks, you could have bought something there from them.
Yeah,
So anyways, we're looking for the new yellow jacket steam engine.
Yeah.
In 2026.
Yeah, 2026, they're coming out with that yellow jacket.
2-paint scheme.
Yeah, 2-paint scheme. Ray really wants that one, so we got to keep an eye on that one. They had a lot of great announcements.
In 2026, I'll be 18.
Okay. Show you a couple of things that we had received. We got on the Friday night of us going over into Palmer, Mass, rail fanning. We had met a gentleman named Russell. He works for the MRG Inc. Maine Rail Group, and they're out of Augusta, Maine. And he was talking to us, and he gave Ray this very nice map of.
That's a very cool map.
It's really cool. So he
tells you all the road names
at the train show, but he gave one to Ray because we saw him prior to the train show. And Ray received from F&B Railroad and Scale Layouts. He made him an N-scale personalized car.
That's cool.
So Ray was really happy with that and got a new sticker with it.
Nice, Ray.
Not now. Lionel Trains gave him a little rubber wristband. Ron Montage gave us one of his new stickers. He updated his stickers.
That's cool.
One of those. Scale Trains sticker. And then we got Mud Creek Modelers sticker. And virtual rail fan.
Hey, I know that.
And then the Go V Go Home. We saw Chris over there at Otter Valley with Trackside Mike, and they had their brand new stickers.
Hey, that looks like an F7, F40 on there. Not an F7.
Really neat. And Anthony, we snagged one of these babies. Those are the new Markland stickers.
You're German.
Yep. Ray was on the hunt for those German trains. And then we got the Rivet counter. That's a pretty cool sticker. But you know, it was long, it was tiring, but it was so well worth it. The best thing I think I ever did was get the Airbnb versus us another hotel. It was great seeing everybody. We had so much fun. Keith, you couldn't really catch, so we were like trying to get him all over the place. Yep, Ray's showing you all the.
Saw Missouri Pacific copper car back there at that grain elevator just now.
Okay. Tom, do you want
It's just so dark you can't see.
Your experiences at the show?
What's that? I'm sorry.
Do you want to talk a little bit about your experiences at the show?
I can.
Hold on, Tom.
Yeah, I know.
What was that? Speaker?
Mm-hmm. Hold on, I'm trying to find my. There it is.
Hello, Alfonso.
Hey, Alfonso. Go ahead, Anthony. I'll make you big. There you go.
All righty. Hello, everyone. Yeah, I had a little adventure on my way up to Amherst. I went on the website to get the address because I was there last year, but I wanted to make sure I had the right address and put that in my app on the phone. And as I was driving up 91 to get to Massachusetts, it took me off an exit. And I says, I'm not sure about that. And so I got off the exit and then I passed a hotel. And I said, oh, I remember last year I had trouble getting hotels room. So I went in there and they didn't have any rooms available, but they took my name and number and everything. And they said, call later on and double check and stuff like that. So then I got back in my car and drove down the rest of the way. And I ended up in a area. It said, you have arrived. And I go, this doesn't look familiar. I looked around. I didn't see no buildings that I remembered from last year. Sure enough, I make a U-turn on the road, go back in a parking lot where there was some people sitting there or, you know, walking around and stuff. I stopped and asked this one lady, do you know where the Amherst train show is? And she says, well, I just moved into this area a month ago. I'm not too familiar with the area yet. I said, oh, thank you. And then I drove my car in between two other cars. And there was a guy sitting in his car. I asked him to roll down his window. And I said, hey, do you know where the Amherst train show is? He goes, I just moved here a week ago. So I'm not sure what to tell you. So I said, okay. So I just parked my car, got on website again, and then it gave me a different address than what I saw yet the day before when I looked at it. And I clicked on that, and I was only 6 miles away from it. So I put that in, drove over. Then I recognized the area, and they only had one gate open. I remember the main road there was 2 or 3 gates open last year. They only had one gate open, gate 9, and one other gate. So I got in, pulled in a parking lot, got my ticket. One of these days I'll buy the tickets in advance, but you get to meet more people standing in lines. So, and it's, so then I was walking around and I printed out the all the vendors on my paper from the website, and then I highlighted the ones that I wanted to go see and some of the people that I know at the vendors that I buy things from to say hello to them and stuff like that. Then when I got the book, it showed the buildings and then the numbers. And then after I was looking for one of the places to go to, I figured that out after I got there. So then the first day, I went to see the JMRI guy because I have JMRI running on my computer. And I went there and had the little clock with the arrow pointing to 1:30. It'll be back at 1:30. I'm not quite sure how to help you with that. And so I go, okay. I stood there and waited. And the booth next to the JMRI booth was CC Circuits. And there was a guy standing there talking to the guy from CC Circuits, and he was asking them like a million questions and everything. I don't know what he was asking. I wasn't paying attention. I just overheard him talking. So the guy from JMRI booth comes, and I say, hey, how was your lunch? Because it was 1:30. I thought he was eating lunch. He said, I didn't have lunch yet. I said, oh, okay. I just have a quick question for you. Meanwhile, yeah, RR Circuits. Yeah, that's right. That's the one. So the guy that was at the other booth comes over with his paper for the JMRI guy, and he goes, I got this question about signaling logic. And he just interrupted my conversation with the guy and then took over control of the conversation. So, yeah, that's right, Ken. Yep. So I said, I just looked at him and I didn't say a word. And so he was there, and Ken, the guy from JMRI, he answered the guy's question 3 or 4 different times. He had to explain to him the same thing to get it across to this guy. So I said, hey, Bernard, how you doing? So I said, okay. Then after the 4th or 5th time he told the same thing, the guy goes, okay, I just have one more question. Then he turned to me and he says, I'm very sorry, I just have one more question. Then he asked his question, and then he went away, and then I asked my question. So, and my question only took me 2 minutes, and then I was off on my way doing something else. Meanwhile, there was another guy standing there, and Ken, I guess he fixes engines too on the side, and the guy had an engine for him, and the 3 of us were standing there, and he didn't interrupt. He waited until there was a break in the action. Then he asked the guy, hey, I just got a quick thing. Can you take this engine and work on it? So, hey, Charles, how you doing? So I said, see, some people just don't know no etiquette anymore. So I guess you just have to push people around sometimes. I just, that was the only negative thing I had about the show. Everything else was great. The food was good. Waiting in line wasn't long for anything, and got to see a lot of people that I met last year. And Trackside Mike, Tammy and Ray, Ron, Chris, Brett. I met Brett for the first time. I think he's F&B something railroad.
Elmar was there.
Yeah, right. I didn't see,
Your sticker collection too.
yeah, I didn't see Almar. I just got, Francis and Brett Railroad. That's these guys. I met him for the first time. And then this is Ron.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the only one I got. And then I got Heath's business card. So that's somewhere around. And but that was it. And then who else did I see? I saw Bernard. And Bernard, if you're still here, splitting the model seemed to have worked. So thanks for that tip. Now all you got to do is let it dry out real good, and then I'll glue them together. So because I showed Bernard this.
I'm gonna make you bigger. You smaller.
That the light is. I don't know if you can see there you go. That's better.
Yeah, that's better.
That's what happened to the model. After taking it off the printer, which it was all sealed, I put it in water. This is water-based resin. So I soaked it in water for about a half an hour to an hour. Took it out, put it on my paint stand over there. That's my airbrush station. And was going to paint it. And then I called up Jim Tedesco to tell him, hey, Jim, I got it to print, and put this, and then spun it around. This side was good. Yeah, this side is good. But then I turned it around and I said, look at that, it exploded. So I said,
Chris is asking what that was, Thomas.
What this is?
Yeah.
Chris, this is an oil tank car. These are oil tank cars. Like, here's one I printed on a filament printer. This side is smooth as can be. This side is like sandpaper. It's not smooth at all. Tried to smooth it down, and that was it. So I abandoned that. Jim Tedesco sent me a model, and this came out real good, but it doesn't have a cap on one end. So I'm thinking the pressure inside made those things expand. So we're going to try that and my splitting of tanks. And then these here, this was when I split it first, and I tried to print this on the filament printer in yellow filament, and it's all rough, and you can put my finger through it. It's really not good. So it didn't come out well at all. Then this one was a full one that came out, and it cracked right along that seam there, and that's filament. So it didn't print it properly. Then these two here, I stood them upright. They got up to that height, and then just started spooling out filament all over the place. They fell off with their build plate. So it's been a real challenge to get the tanks to be printing properly.
Hey, Bob, P&K&W.
So,
Hi, PKNW.
is that Chris from
That's
PK?
Bob.
Bob? Oh, that's Bob.
Yeah, it's Bob.
I get the two mixed up with the other guy that joined the.
So, Tom, what do you think the high points of the show were?
Well, I didn't hear any announcements. Okay, I wasn't there. I don't know where I was when they did those announcements. I didn't see those. And to me, the highlight of the show was just getting around to see people. And I went around looking for some tank cars. I bought a couple on Sunday. This two of them. I got them for $5 each. That's what's on my desk here, working on them. And I found out there that I needed a special coupler for tank cars. I realized, and that's these KD 119s. They have their SE. What is the word? SE shelf head, and that's with tank cars. You want them to lock together so they don't uncouple. So that's what you have to use on tank cars.
Mhm.
So if you have any tank cars and you're switching over to couplers, you put a 119 on them. So that's what I'm working on. And all these tank cars that I got a couple off of eBay. So I'm getting frustrated not being able to print my own. So I was out searching for the cheapest ones I could find, and then I would just fit them in. And they have these kind of trucks. They're Talgo trucks. They have the coupler mounted on them. So I swapped out the plastic wheels that they came with metal wheels, and then the coupler I'm putting on a 119 in these. So it's a easy way. So that's that. And one of the tank cars had a different kind of truck. And this one, I couldn't put a 119 in it because it's a medium length center set. So this would be too short, and it would, on this tank car, it wouldn't be out far enough to make it around the corner. So I contacted Katie and asked them what model number of a long center set I could get, but they didn't have one with an SE type of coupler. So then I decided to just find these Talga trucks. I found KD makes them. They're model number 502, and I found one on eBay, and they're gonna be sending it out. It's shipped already. It'll be here in another day or two. And then when that goes on there, the truck, the coupler box sticks out from the frame already, so the coupler will be a little longer. So these are the things you find out when you're retrofitting. Yeah. So you don't know. So
I had asked Ray what his favorite was, and surprise, surprise, he's all about Legos right now and building the scenery on the double main line with the Legos. But we finally did find the Lego layout, and I'm telling you, those guys and ladies that do that Lego layout are crazy.
Yeah.
I had talked to a guy, and they had 3 huge buildings. And I was like, did you not get scared when you were transporting them? And he was like, no, we do it all the time. We're used to it. And even on, once in a while on the last day, just for laughs and oohs and ahs, we'll take that big pink building and just crash it on the floor. And I thought I was going to lose my breakfast. I was like, you have got to be kidding me that you just
parts all over the place. Yeah.
All over the place.
Yeah.
Seeing everybody, seeing how happy Ray was, he just feeds on the excitement at the Amherst Show. It's very hard keeping up with him because he's constantly going. He knows where he wants to go. He knows where he wants to look at things. And I'm on his coattail, trying to hold on. I was not able to be at the meet and greet because I guess I was going to get Ray a hot dog to eat. And as soon as I left, everybody gathered.
Yeah.
But I had overall saw everybody prior. Cons were the seating. There wasn't enough seating to take a break. It was too cold to be outside and sit. And then there just were not a lot of areas that you could just sit with a drink and take 15 minutes. But I did see a lot of people that had, their little cooler boxes, and they had those beach chairs that you carry on your shoulder.
That's what I was just going to say. I have one of those. I should have brought it with me.
Me too. I had them in the car. And I was like, people were like bringing those and walking around. And when they wanted to sit and eat something, they would just pop open their chair and they had a chair.
Oh, okay.
So you every year you learn a new trick for when you go to Amherst of the do's and the don'ts.
That Lego layout was in the Mallory building, because I saw that on Sunday.
Yeah, it was literally insane.
Yeah, it was a huge layout.
Yeah, they had a stadium. It was
football stadium. Yeah,
it was a football stadium, and it was packed with these little Lego people.
That's crazy.
Football teams on the field. And I was sitting there going, I would absolutely lose my marbles if I had to do something like that. But Ray was a little upset that nobody was selling Lego kits. Even we saw maybe 2 people that had maybe the generic Legos mini bricks, but they were trains. They weren't any buildings or anything like that. So he was a little bit disappointed, but there was still so much stimuli going on that it distracted
Yeah.
him to just keep on going. We saw Otter Valley. They seem to do really good at the show this year. Trackside Mike, Chris, Lon. We saw Bernard. We saw it. It is just, all I can say, it's an experience. This year we drove up, where last year we flew. Definitely driving every time, and I'm definitely getting the Airbnbs. I wanted to make an announcement before Heath comes on. I don't want to overlap in his time, but I had been talking with a few people behind the scenes, but I think what I'm going to do for next year, and I'm going to do it probably within the next month and a half, is I am going to rent a 7 or 8 bedroom, 15 to 20 people house, and an Airbnb. And that
Airbnbs are cool.
And then anybody in our train community that wants to come and stay at the house, I will mark down exactly what it's going to cost. It will be included with groceries. I think the only thing I'll make people do is bring their own drinks, because you never know what people want to drink. But it definitely was worth getting a house instead of a hotel room, especially with Ray, because during the day, if he wanted to just go and escape for 15, 20 minutes, he could go up into his room and he was chilling. So that was really nice. Like I said, Tom stayed with us one night and we were all watching TV. I cooked dinner. We watched, I went upstairs with Ray, and Tom and Dave got to chill out in the living room and talk. And it just was really nice, because these are people you don't get to spend a lot of time with, and you want to see more of them, not just at the show. You want to see them outside the show.
Right.
Knowing where Palmer is, that's going to be a go-to next year. Definitely a go-to either Friday night, Saturday night, or Sunday night, getting in that restaurant. We ended up going into that restaurant Sunday night, and it was phenomenal. Just a great atmosphere. We had a really good time. So the big announcement is I am going to look into a larger home for next year and put it on there, figure prices out, and it will be first come first serve who contacts me and pays for their room in the house and all that stuff. And I hope we can all have just like a YouTube house of our people and have a good time outside of the show too.
Right.
Because it's really,
Yeah, that'd be good.
yeah, it's really hard for people to get together after the show because everybody's just breaking down layouts or going out to eat.
Yeah.
When you have a bunch of people in a house, you get to see them, even if it's for an extra hour. That's an extra hour of memories. And it was great. We had a great time with Tom staying with us, and Dave was there. And it also allows people not to have to leave right away. And you don't have to get there at 9 o'clock in the morning if you don't want to. And it's not 4 or 5 people in a hotel room where you don't have any privacy. The house provides you all that. So
That's good.
I know I went on a little early and I overstepped on Tom, but we'll blame Artie for that. We won't blame Heath. We'll blame Artie. And that's what this show was about, was talking about our experiences in Amherst, the pros, the cons, and the enjoyment. And I know I made a ton of videos, but I was hoping that brought everybody along for the trip. And, if you liked it, great. If you didn't, that's okay too. You're not going to hurt my feelings. My big thing was just, it's memories for Ray. It's memories for me because I care a lot about this community. And, I enjoy it when I get to see my people. We see each other all the time on video, and it's very rare all these people in our community get together in a same town. So a lot of people didn't go this year. I think it was because of that bug that was going around, the snow, the cold. But I'm hoping next year we will have more of our community there. But
I think it's this weather that kept people away.
I think so too, because it was cold up there.
Yeah. All the lakes and rivers were frozen.
Yeah, you couldn't even tell there was water on them. It was just so covered with snow and there was nothing moved around. But I don't want to step on Heath's toes. He's coming up. Go over to Humanity Junction, watch him. And we're going to say goodnight. And thank you for everybody coming in on this cab crew. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Randall. Thank you, Joe, even though you didn't get to talk very much. We hope that everybody...
Nice show, Tammy.
Doing trains, and we will continue to support each other. And as far as me and Ray are concerned, we love you guys, and stay safe, stay warm, and we hope to see you next year at Amherst. All right, guys, everybody have a good night.
See you, Tammy.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Take it easy.